Let's turn in our Bibles to Philippians Chapter 3, verse 1. Finally, my brethren, rejoice in the Lord. For me to write the same thing to you is not tedious, but for you it is safe. Those words, rejoice in the Lord. How beautiful. We know there's a difference between rejoicing and happiness, because happiness is an emotion based on the current circumstance, as rejoicing is a choice and a larger thing. But what is rejoicing? What is joy? So to start off with, here I'm going to list where Paul has already used the word rejoicing or joy in the book of Philippians. So you can go back and have a read of them in context to maybe delve a little bit more into what Paul is talking about, what Paul is trying to say rejoicing in the Lord is. But let's turn to Hebrews and see what joy or rejoicing was for Jesus. And in this verse is found in Hebrews chapter 12, verse 2, where the writer says, looking unto Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and has sat down at the right hand of the throne of God. So in this one, for Jesus, the joy was the fact that he was paying the price of our sin, that once he endured the cross, he was going to be able to have perfect fellowship with us if we chose to accept his free gift. His joy was the fact that eternity was being opened up to his creation again. So I think that's a glimpse into what our joy can be and our joy should be, that no matter what situation we're going through, no matter what we are facing, no matter what pressures, stresses, hardships, anything, our joy is that if we have put our faith into Jesus, if we have trusted in his character, if we have trusted that he is God, that he has died on the cross for our sins and paid the price, that we are going to get to spend eternity with him. Our joy is that we can look to heaven and that we know that is where our hope is. We know that is where our home is. I don't know about you, but knowing that I have heaven to look forward to, knowing that that is what is coming, so much joy, so much excitement. And I think it's so beautiful. Now, another couple of verses that I kind of combine together, and I'll put it out there because this is how my brain works. You may disagree, this may not be how your brain works, and that's okay. It's okay for us to have those two different opinions. But the way that my brain works, there's a verse in Nehemiah chapter 8, verse 10, where it says, the joy of the Lord shall be your strength. And over in Isaiah chapter 40, verse 31, it says, those who wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. So I look at this and go, okay, the joy of the Lord is your strength. Strength is renewed by waiting on the Lord. Wonder if we can just, put that as like a math equation, condense it down. And in my brain, it works as saying, those who wait upon the Lord shall renew their joy. What do you think about that? Do you agree? Do you disagree? I know for myself that when I have waited upon the character of God, when I have hoped that he will come through in whatever situation I was facing, because that was the character of God, that what I was facing was going to work out for the good. Because over in Romans it says, brain catching up to me. For we know that all things work together for good for those who love the Lord and are called according to his purpose. Key words, those last ones. So that is also saying when you're obeying God, when you are following Him, when you are trying to chase after Him, all things are going to work out for good. Whatever you've gone through, whatever you've experienced, not saying those experiences were good. Don't get me wrong on that. Not at all. But God is going to work it for good. I've had chronic pain for, it was about 12 years. I'm finally starting to get over it. I'm not going to say that those years of chronic pain were good. They were not. But I know that my God is so big, so powerful, so strong that He's going to work that for good. He's already worked it to change my character, to refine me, to bring things that were in my heart to the surface. So I had a choice to whether we were going to remove that dross or whether it was going to stay there. So He worked it for good in refining my character a little bit. Still got a long way to go there. But He worked it for good. And I believe that He's still going to work it for good, that He hasn't finished yet. So that's where waiting on the character of God, where you're waiting to say, God, what are you going to do? So, do you agree with me that those who wait upon the Lord shall renew their joy?